What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we have some very, very sad, unfortunate news as former 4-division world champion, superstar boxer Adrien "The Problem" Broner, 34 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 24 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'6" with a 69-inch arm reach. He was scheduled to make his ring return. We haven't seen Adrien Broner since February of 2021, okay? Well over a year since the last time we saw Adrien Broner in the ring. This upcoming Saturday was supposed to mark the date for Adrien Broner to make his ring return. But unfortunately, just 4 or 5 days out from the fight, Adrien Broner has pulled out the fight with Omar Figueroa, who is 32 years of age. Omar Figueroa is 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 5'7.5" with a 73-inch arm reach. That was scheduled to take place this upcoming Saturday at the Hard Rock Cafe in Florida. And Adrien Broner has pulled out and cited that he's having mental health issues and that he's not going to be able to continue. In my opinion, this has all but ended the career of Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner, has been, up and down, topsy-turvy, since he lost to Marcos El Chino Maidana. The day Adrien Broner lost to Marcos El Chino Maidana, and the whole aura and the whole comparisons to legendary retired Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer, 50-0, pound-for-pound king, 5-division world champion, retired undefeated, Floyd Mayweather. And he lost to Marcos El Chino Maidana. That was back in December of 2013. Adrien Broner had never been the same. There was a lot of comparisons to Floyd Mayweather from at that point in time. There was even people saying that Adrien Broner, who hit harder than Floyd Mayweather, was more established, physically, imposing than Floyd Mayweather, he could possibly beat Floyd Mayweather. There was actually people that thought that. Adrien Broner, he started to feel like he could beat Floyd Mayweather as well. So there was people that actually thought that Adrien Broner could beat Floyd Mayweather, and Adrien Broner started to believe that as well. And so with that said, he lost to Marcos El Chino Maidana. He got dropped twice in the fight, and the bubble was popped. And you can see he took a lot of physical punishment in it, but more so he took a lot of mental punishment in it. Inside the ring, it was embarrassment, and from that point forward, 2 things happened with Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner was reluctant to let his hands go. He was not letting his hands go, and he said that, and he admitted that Marcos Maidana was a big part of the reason. He never been hit that hard. He never took that much punishment. And from that point forward, he wasn't letting his hands go in fights. He was fighting sparingly. He fought Marcos Maidana in December. He came back in May of 2015. He beat Carlos Molina, unanimous decision. Then he came back in September that year. Just 4 months later, he beat Emmanuel Taylor. Then he came back in March of 2015. He fought John Molina Jr. He beat him. Then he had his fight with Sean Porter, June of 2015. He lost every single round except for the round he dropped Sean Porter in. Okay? Was not letting his hands go, was not committing to anything. The first time he fought somebody that had skills that, that can match him in skills and athletic ability and aggression, in Sean Porter, 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar, retired future Hall of Famer, he put his hands back in his pocket, and he just refused to let his hands go. When he did, he dropped Sean Porter, flash knockdown hook. But with that said, he lost badly, okay, to Sean Porter. Then he came back after Sean Porter. He was out the ring. That was June of 2015. He came back October 2015. He fought Adrien, and he won that fight, unanimous 12 round, and a TKO in the 12th round. Then he came back in April of 2016. He fought Ashley Theophane. He TKO'd him in the 9th round. Then he came back, he fought Granados, which was a very close fight, and people thought that Granados won the fight, or it should have been a draw, but he won a split decision over Adrien Granados. Then this was it. This started the complete, the Sean Porter, fight was at a catch weight. You know, people thought, you know, maybe Adrien Broner welterweight was just too big for him. He should have dropped back down, so on and so forth. He got a pass for the Sean Porter fight. But here in July of 2017 is where it all went wrong. Is when he fought 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia, and he lost badly in a fight that it was a big fight. It was a pivotal point in his career. You beat Mikey Garcia, who was an undefeated 4-division world champion, future Hall of Famer. He was considered top 5 pound for pound, you know, and Adrien Broner had all the physical tools to beat Mikey Garcia. He was bigger than Mikey Garcia, more athletic, have quicker hands, you know, quicker feet, more power than Mikey Garcia, just as skilled technically wise. And he went in there and he absolutely laid an egg. Did not let his hands go, was not aggressive, and he lost unanimous decision to Mikey Garcia. And that's when the people started to notice it's over for Adrien Broner. It could possibly be over because that was a winnable fight. That was a fight that Adrien Broner should have won and let the world know I am the superstar. But losing to Mikey Garcia was like, maybe he was overrated now, right? It begged the question, is he overrated? Is he still the same guy? You know, it's over, you know, and then he was out the ring. He came back in April of 2018. Okay, that was July of 2017. He came back April of 2018. He fought Jesse Vargas. Another fight. First half of the fight, completely inactive, not letting his hands go. You know, just, you know, all over the place as far as, you know, his activity. Second half of the fight, lets his hands go. Looks like the Adrien Broner prior to fighting Maidana. Pre-Maidana fight, then it was just a physical back and forth seesaw battle, and he looked like the guy in the Maidana fight, because Maidana said that was the hardest fight he's ever been in, the hardest he ever been hit, and Adrien Broner looked like a warrior in that fight, and he looked like that in the Jesse Vargas fight. It ended in a draw. He, you know, he went in a spiral. He started, the call for help was the writing was all over the wall, that Adrien Broner had mental health issues going on. The writing is allegedly all over the wall, okay? He was just sporadic with his conversation on social media, his call outs, you know, his press conferences. Everybody take it and they laughed and they looked at it and they said, well, you know, Adrien Broner is entertaining. That's what makes him a superstar, you know, in the mold of Mike Tyson, legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame, heavyweight world champion, undisputed, the baddest man on the planet. I am Mike Tyson. Adrien Broner has a lot of flashes of I am Mike Tyson, right? And then he was out the ring from April. He came back in January of 2019. He got the biggest fight of his career with legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. It was a fight that looked like it was a winnable fight for Adrien Broner. Let your hands go. When he let his hands go, competitive fight with Manny Pacquiao, right? Competitive, lost a unanimous decision. And I believe that shattered Adrien Broner because it was a close fight. It was, the wrath was being thrown to him. There was a lifesaver. The Mikey Garcia fight was a lifesaver that he could have turned his career around. Then they threw him another lifesaver in this, the biggest lifesaver of his career with Manny Pacquiao, and he was inactive, didn't let his hands go. And then, you know, came afterwards. And I was one that thought it was a competitive fight. I even, at one point, I thought Adrien Broner won that fight. It was so close, right? But then I rewatched it a couple of times afterwards, and, you know, I'm like, yeah, it was a close fight, but, you know, he just wasn't active enough, right? Manny Pacquiao didn't do much in the fight. He buzzed Adrien Broner twice in the fight, you know, but he didn't do much in the fight. Adrien Broner just didn't take advantage of it. And so he lost a unanimous decision, and I beat that boy, so on and so forth. His post-fight press conferences, post-fight interviews, Adrien, the things he said, everybody take it as entertainment. That was all a cry for help. Oh, my family, I can't get in touch with my family, this, and this, and, you know, I feel like hanging it up. How many times he took to social media and tell the world that he feel like ending it all? Those are cries for help. Then he came back 2 years later. From January 2019, he took off. Came back in February of 2021. 2 years later, Giovanni Santiago won a unanimous decision. Looked absolutely nothing like himself. Looked like a complete shell of himself, and many people thought he lost the fight. Many people thought he lost the fight, but he got the nod, and many people thought he got the nod to keep that, hype train of Adrien Broner going, keep somewhat of a buzz going, because if you lose to Giovanni Santiago, it's over. And now another life raft was thrown to Adrien Broner. And leading up into this, you can see the lash outs, the cry for help. They put me on the shelf, still. Omar Figueroa is a big win for Adrien Broner. Big fight. And now he pulls out 4 days ahead of the fight after he complained that he was put on the shelf. They wasn't giving him a fight. They wasn't keeping him active. He even called out Floyd Mayweather. Asked why Floyd Mayweather don't give him the fight. That's a $100 million fight. It's sad, but his career ended. It's over. And it's hard for me to say that because I'm a huge Adrien Broner fan, but it's over. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.